Kids camp, kids camp. So much fun. Some of my best years teaching munchkins how to harness the wind, empower themselves. We are hunkered down in Roses, Spain. There's a little marina over there. Got our anchor set well in sand, about 30 meters in 6 meters of depth, 5-to-1. Pretty good for our rockna and chain, and we're feeling pretty secure. The app says we haven't drug any.
Very good anchorage here, though. Wait for the wind.
Riding out another Mistral and thunderstorms. So we'll be here probably until Thursday when the Mistral settles down. And then we're going to head over to the other side because then we're going to have a big blow coming from the south. So we're going to head over to the other side of the bay, about 8 miles away, on Friday and hunker down there. And then continue around the corner of the Bay of Leon and head towards La Rapita. We are kind of humored by the seamanship in France and Spain. Kind of surprising that the distance that they put between themselves and anchored vessels, water skiers and runabouts and wave runners, and they'll come really close. We've bounced quite a bit, lost a couple things off shelves and stuff. Anyway, we are facing north, going to have a big blow. It's supposed to get up to 40 knots. So we're counting on our new ground tackle, which did we buy this the end of last year? The Rockna and all that? Did we buy that the end of last year or the beginning of this year?
What?
The Rockna and the new chain.
Bought at the beginning of this season.
So yeah, new for us this season. So far it's held really well, even when we had to anchor in Posidonia, the grassy stuff, which we don't like to drop a hook in there, but we had no other options. There was nothing else. And we held up through a Mistral in there, blew up at about 35. So we're pretty confident about our ground tackle. And then there's this little marina over here. It's actually quite a large marina. It goes back several blocks behind the buildings. That, I guess, if it gets to be too bad, too tough, too terrible, we can poke on in there, but we really try to avoid marinas in heavy weather because boats crashing and smashing against each other and fenders and all that, they just don't quite cut it. Lots of groaning, squeaking, forces on the cleats down here, and yeah, I don't know, I prefer to be at anchor. Yesterday we saw a little water spout develop out there. Thankfully it continued going to the south and didn't pop in here to the bay. Oh, here we go, a little bit of wake. We've been wake blasted like crazy for the past couple of weeks. Most of the summer vacation, actually. It's just lots of boats out there running around, going fast. It's what they like to do. Got to go fast to pull water skiers. So, a couple boats anchored here. We're not completely alone. There's one other guy over here off in the distance. And then there's a couple between the marina and the little jetties there. We wanted to get as close and as snugged up as we could to the windward shore over there. You can see it's kind of glassy and flat there, and it doesn't really start to get too windy till here, but we still have a few hours before it comes in. And we'll get a little wash because she's got that Sahara dust and sand all over her again. It's been a real challenge keeping her clean this summer. Lots of interesting weather. Lots of weird weather. Which, of course, makes me nervous. But Inner Peace is a good ship. She takes it a heck of a lot better than I do. Anyway, Roses, Spain, in the Gulf of Leon. On our way to La Rapita. Aloha.